Hi, and welcome back to It's a Miracle Beauty. My name is Brandy, and I am a pan challenge review type channel. So I concentrate on using what I have versus buying more. I always give the disclaimer, it doesn't mean I will not buy more. It does not mean I will never have new makeup. In fact, I have a few new things I bought this year. Some of them are not new anymore because it's July. Other ones are just coming out now that I did purchase that I do plan to review. It's just been a really crazy hectic. I changed jobs in May and it was quite a bit of a promotion in a lot of ways. And so it's kind of occupied my time plus balancing the kids and family and husband and all that. So eventually I get those up, but if they're late, they're late. I do it because I enjoy it, not because I need to get a million views, which wouldn't happen. But the point is that I do it because I love it. It's not always about timing. So if you've never been here before, this is my pan challenge this year. I do 3 videos, but I do the same intro on every single one because I do have an autoimmune disease. It's easier on me to have less of that. And also, to be quite honest, it makes editing everything easier. So in case you've never been here, my pan challenges are not all use them up completely. Some of my pan challenge items are with the goal to use completely, and I do have quite a few I use this month. However, the main goal is use. So it's working through my entire collection and using a little bit of everything. So I concentrate on using a certain number of times each month. So let's say I have a foundation, and that foundation may have 5, 7, 10 times that I use it that month. And as long as I hit that goal, I feel like a win. I personally have found this system to be the most successful system I've ever used. I've hit more pans this year, I've emptied more items, and I've went through more of my collection than ever before. But pan challenges are intensely personal, so it goes on your preferences, your collection or lack of collection, or if it's just a passion project for you. Sometimes your goals may be different. Maybe you want to complete that item 100%. So I totally get it. Just know that, you know, everybody does them a little bit different. This is how I do mine. The last thing I want to say is, as you watch these videos, try to keep in mind that I wear makeup almost every day of the entire month. In fact, in the month of June, I only miss one day, and in the month of May, I only miss one day. I enjoy wearing makeup. I love wearing makeup. So that's why you'll see some things get used relatively quickly, because if it's something I'm enjoying or it's something that I use often, then it will go pretty fast. So that all being said, I hope that you will like, share, subscribe, do all the fancy YouTube things, and let's get started on my pan challenge updates for my 3 different pans that I have. Okay, first pan challenge that we're going to update on is my lidless one. This is the one I was only going to do this one. I only plan to do this, and then when I did my inventory, it was really scary. In fact, just halfway, I did just recently do my 6-month inventory for the year. I do it quarterly, and I was kind of impressed with how much I've either used or decluttered. It was kind of shocking. So, and then another heads up, I will be filming a video that is a small declutter. My declutter this month was very tiny compared to previous times. Just some miscellaneous things I didn't want or need anymore, but I'm going to include it in a video that I'm going to show you guys everything I'm shipping to my daughter this week. When I declutter, I give it to her. If she wants to keep every item, she can keep every item. If she wants to give things away, I don't care. It's for her to do. If she wants to throw away, I don't care. As long as she gets the first pick of it, right? She lives in Texas. We live in Michigan. So I'm going to be shipping that package. So after I film my updates, I am going to be filming that video. And let me just say, it's huge. We have brushes going to her, 2 brand new palettes. It's a lot. Both palettes I got free. So let's get started on the first pan challenge. So this is my rolling 10. I try to give credit in every video. I did get this from Christina Chang. She does hers as a rolling 10, but I think she does completionist. I don't think she does it the way I do it, but I don't watch every video she posts. I do enjoy her videos, but sometimes they just aren't appealing to me, or maybe it's something I've already seen a lot of or whatever, but I do enjoy her videos. And if you've never seen her before, she's a really amazing YouTuber as far as like personality and kindness and all that, but also she's really good at explaining and going through pan challenge stuff. So recommend her channel 100%. So the first thing I've been panning since the very beginning of the year is the Makeup Forever HD Stick Foundation. I really enjoy this. I do think the color is slightly light for me. It's not crazy. And if I remember correctly, this was the closest I could get. But one way I do is when it's a stick foundation, if you look at it, you can see how much I've used. This was at the very top. I think it was slightly past the top when I started. If not, it was at the top. And this is all we have left right there. So I am quickly moving through this. That is definitely staying in the challenge. I am trying to finish this. This is long since expired. And I mean long since. I think this is at least 3 years old. However, I am trying to use it up and get my money's worth as best I can. And until it changes and consistently, consistency, smell, or other, I am going to try to finish it. So that one is staying in. The next one that's going to stay in is the L'Oreal Infallible. I've talked about this a few times. I hated this forever, did not like it, did not enjoy it. I ended up talking to a couple different people. One in particular with comments on a video, her and I were talking about the little bit goes a very long way. When you think you have enough, you actually probably need less. It just really goes a long way. This is a great summer foundation for all skin types, I think, except for like maybe the super, super, super dry. I have super dry skin. I use oil on my skin. That's why this works for me. You know, take out of it what you want. But for oily, combination, and normal, I think it's a shoe-in. Like, this is an amazing foundation. It lasts all day, and it usually wears very gracefully, like very gracefully. The next one is my... Uh-oh, I forgot one. When I did my inventory, I put a lot of stuff away. I didn't realize, or I put it all away to inventory, and then I pulled my stuff back out. I didn't realize I missed one. So this is the number 7 powder. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury. I definitely think it's a good powder. There's nothing wrong with it. I feel like I have a love-hate relationship with it because if I use it on my under eyes, it can look too heavy. But if I use it on my skin, it can kind of look awkward sometimes, but sometimes I get it just right and it looks perfect. So I'm not 100% fan of this, but this is coming out, if I remember correctly. No, it's not. This is staying in. I'm sorry. I apologize. I had kind of shifted what I was going to keep in at the last minute, so that's why I was confused. Next is the Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy. This is probably the oldest item in my collection, if not close, and this is definitely my oldest eyeshadow. This is a single. I do have a pretty big dip going in this, but if you look, I don't know that I'm really that close to hitting pan because there's a lot left in that. So I don't know if they still make them this way, but I think this is a really cool setup personally. It's like neat. You can pop them in and out. And maybe, I don't know if they sold, maybe they used to sell refills. I'm not really sure, but definitely keeping that in. I'm trying to just hit pan. I use it on my inner corner mainly, sometimes on my upper brow bone, but I don't use it every day all the time. Another one that's staying in is the Rose Ink Bronzer. I've talked about this many times previously. I think this bronzer does a really good job. I think it could be cooler toned for us very fair people, but it works great. It has a great formula. It is already drying out. If I don't use this for like 3 or 4 days, it's drier the minute I go to touch it. So I am trying to get as much use out of this as I can before it completely dries out or expires. Not sure which. I've had it since, I can't remember what that one, if I got that on Black Friday weekend or if I got that in December. I did 2 big sets of orders in those time frame, and I can't remember which is which. So the next one is the Jouer Blush Duo. It does look like this. This is one that is just meh. Like, it's not my favorite thing in the world. It's not the worst thing I've ever used. So I am pulling that out. And in its place, I am going to move a product that has a cream product in it, and it is going bad. So I do want to try to get my use. That is the Natasha Denona Tans and Bronze palette. And it does look like this. It does have this little door for the cream products. So you can see them right there. This is pretty warm for me. So it is something I bought sight unseen online and then went, ooh. I probably should have returned it, but I got it half off, so then I felt kind of stupid returning it. So we're going to see what kind of use we can get out of that. Next is one that I finished completely, and it was like barely any left last time. And if you look, there's actually some concealer popping through the pump. I can't get any more out, but this is one I enjoy immensely. This actually, I recently got the Huda Beauty color corrector, and this works very similar, but I think this tone is better for fair skin. I got the lightest tone in the Huda Beauty, and for my super fair skin, I mean, like, if you look, I use bronzer. This is my skin color normally, and this works perfectly. The Huda's like almost too dark. It's almost too orangey. So I'm hoping she comes out with a later shade. It is a great formula. Both this one and the Huda are great formulas. So that's going in the empties, and I am going to move in another color corrector. I'm going to move in the Becca and Smashbox color corrector. This is in light. This has never been used, and if you look, it is sweating its butt off because my house is really hot today. Like, you're going to see me get glowy. Next is the Coconut Skin Primer. It does look like this. And this is how much I have used. If you've watched my previous videos, you may notice I had a travel size I used first, and now I've gone that far into this one. This one is fantastic for dry skin. I can't talk about any other skin types, but for dry skin, this is amazing. Next is my Milk Primer. This is a travel size. I actually have a sample, like bonus sample size from Sephora, but I do have it down to there. It was laying on its side, so it's across the whole thing. If you look, it's like literally across the whole thing, but that's how much we have left, and that is also going to stay in. Then last we have the Tory Burch perfume. This too is going to stay in, and I really don't feel like I've made a dent in this at all. I try to use it 5 to 10 times a month, but I do have a huge perfume collection. That's way more passionate about than I am makeup. I just love perfume, so this one may take a while to get used, but I am going to keep it in until I use it all. So that is my update for my rolling 10 for June 2023, the end of June, as we go into July. If you like this, I hope you'll like, share, subscribe. Don't forget, I do have the other 2 videos coming shortly. I have my 23 and 23 and my full face that isn't even full face anymore, but I still call them. So I hope you guys will come back and view those. I also have some other videos coming shortly, including my empties, my inventory video, and I think I have another Allure coming. I have May and June I filmed together because they came at the same time, but I do have July coming. So I do have some more videos coming, plus some reviews that I need to find time to film. So I hope you guys had a good time today, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye.